Comment.
Yeah. Next
Uh,
installment, like the track in the back installment.
so I'm all right. I'm out here. I'm out here just trying to make it do what it's gonna do, baby. You know, I'm out here.
How's it out there? How's it over in the South?
Mm,
Cooking, shaking, and
where's
baking over
the
there.
South swarm? It's a thing. I mean, that's all right. I mean, I really shouldn't complain. The fam has been super supportive since I got here. And I'm
Oh,
actually
good.
borrowing my stepmom's office to record in, so thank her for that.
Oh,
And you know,
thanks, Mom.
yep, she's been rolling with all the punches relatively for the reschedules and stuff like that, extra time. So appreciate her for. Um, but yeah, I'm here for him. Stepping into being a sexless gay in this DL wasteland.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's what I don't miss about the South is this repentive reform,
Mm,
and it's it's almost like it's its own sexual proclivity by
mm,
itself.
yeah.
Don't it seem like that? It's like, well, you're making a lifestyle out of prohibiting yourself from living your own
Yeah.
lifestyle. It always was the most baffling thing I've ever seen. I'm like, it's so much hypocrisy in that that be bugging the fuck out of me because I'm like, what does my sexuality have anything to do with you?
Yeah.
I did not get the memo on why you so concerned about my life. I understand the South, but at the same time, I keep going back to how are you so entrenched on playing like fairy tales and fucking playing dress
Mm,
up? Like, we have the new pope, and whatnot, but you look at the Cardinals, baby, they got more lace and silk and
I
taffeta
know.
on
Call it that.
than the quinceanera.
Call it
Like,
that for
I'm
sure.
like, just get me. I'm like, you sitting here like about I love my Jesus, but girl, you at the church with cankles. Ain't number one is gluttony, ho. You can't sit there and say you're gonna be saved, bitch, and nobody saved your gut.
Yeah.
Nobody saved your cankle. Ain't nobody saved them shoes you've been walking sideways on. Ain't nobody saved you from your sweet potato pie that you can't stop cooking and you should. Nobody saved you from closing the refrigerator door. Nobody saved you from sleeping with your girl, like with your best friend's husband.
Mm.
Deaconess Keisha, you got one more time to be waiting on my husband after service. Next time, an ambulance gonna be waiting on you, and your family gonna get that call.
Like nobody like, and then in church be like, you to save yourself. I'm like, but bitch, I'm happy. I'm exactly what the Bible says to be happy and be in my own peace and mind my own fucking
Mhm.
business.
And like I heard somebody
And
say, living truthfully, not out
yeah,
here doing a hoax or a charade or, putting on a mask, like misrepresenting myself. Living fully and
yeah,
truthfully, like, sans a lie, So, um, you know, again, like my family here is super supportive. I don't have to go in a closet to be around, which, it'd be a different story if that was what I was faced with, but I'm not. I wouldn't do it anyway.
naturally.
There's no
Right.
more room in the closet for PO gal these days. We're done with that. We're
Well,
out everywhere we go. But it's just
yeah, I'm
like
not wearing costume.
this area is like heavy military. It is the southeast. It is, steeped
Where all
in
the hoes at.
steeped in patriarchy and all that stuff. So like it's just, and I haven't even turned on the whole apps because I'm just like, it's gonna be a different level of bullshit in the sense of like, okay, we're
Yeah.
dealing with people who are in the military and there's like, any swath of, points of view. But I think mostly what I've seen from visiting, on breaks here
Mhm.
is mostly what I've seen is folks, you know, are, either they have a basic training body and then that makes them feel like godlike. And you know how that is in the gay community. Body is everything. Body,
Yeah.
body, body forward in determining and weirdly determining people's self-worth. When they can have, 0 nickels to rub together, but somehow their self-worth is through the roof. Like make it make sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I don't have a traditional body. So, I just haven't turned on the apps because I'm not into it. Um, you know, I,
Yeah, I'm here and I don't even turn them on,
I
man.
feel that. I feel it.
Like,
I
like,
thought I was gonna be in a space where I didn't even have to engage in that for a while. But I sent you that text message this week from I guess what is turned into old news at this point. I sent you the text message from the guy in Jersey City that I have been talking to for a couple weeks, and it's just like it's like that's in the garbage, and it's just like I don't know, it just feels right.
I saw that
Yeah, it
shit.
just feels like gays being
Like,
gay, gays being ridiculous. And I'm just like, I told another friend, I'm like, I'm so sick of gays and their ridiculous shit. Like, I'm in a much better place financially, and I felt like, that would bring me off the sidelines a bit. But, I think I'm gonna stay on the
mhm.
sidelines. When I felt like that was going in the trash can, I was like, you know what, I still have other things I would prefer to focus on than trying to be some gay man's man. Like, I'm good. When I reach out to you and tell you that, hey, I just got some news that maybe we should have a discussion about, and you tell me like, oh, I'm tired, I'm about to make some dinner. Do you think you can? You think you can just text me about it? I'm just, oh, okay, yeah, I can text you, and let's make
Oh,
this the last text I send your ass. Like
right. Cause it's
right
like,
here,
I was like,
right?
okay, I have something to tell you. You like, you was like, okay, I'm cooking right now. Let me hit you back up. You know,
But to dump it all into text message and like it's been difficult to get in
no,
contact with you, like baby, we long distance. Like if
no, get out
you
of here.
can't
Get
uphold
out
the
of here.
communication that long distance needs, then what is it that we are doing? Like what we just
Because
we just
right
text
now
message friends?
it's
Like girl,
wasting
keep
time.
that.
We're
I don't know
we're
what it is
wasting
from that
time.
generation. I don't know what it is from that generation that like, they love to live in what I call receipt land. Like a text message thread is just a place full of receipts. Mm. For the longest,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
really any time I'm involved in something long distance, which I try not to get involved, but this time I was just like, whatever. Like maybe this will be different because he seemed to have been moving differently. Um, and it just turns out that he wasn't. So, but in those situations, you talk with the long distance person on a regular basis to try to get a foundation going, to try to make sure that communication is open. You don't have to have a
Right.
ton of rules around it because, it's long distance, but one of the things that's got to be clicking is
Right.
communication. And if you don't want to talk on the telephone and you just want a text message, especially, especially with somebody from my generation, like we prefer to get on the phone,
Bro.
especially when we're trying to to relay, um, when we're trying to relay tone and context in what we're trying to communicate, yeah, phone is going to work best for that writ large. You can't really pick up on any of that in text message. So it's just had been a couple of weeks of just terrible communication. And, I thought that we had fixed that. But then like when I ask you to talk and you tell me to do it over a text message, Cool. Let's just make it the last text message we send.
Yeah,
You can you
like I
can talk
can,
to
we can get a
whoever
pin in
or text
this.
whomever it is that you actually want to engage with, and I'll do the same.
Mhm.
So, so
Yeah,
anyway, like I said,
like remember we talked.
I'd hope to like not even be concerned with trying to date here for a while. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get that wish unless I just decide to stay on the sidelines. So, anywho,
You know, well, remember we talked about this, like in the car, like we were talking about dating and whatnot, and like I have like this like always pessimistic about it.
mhm.
It taught me confidence because it's like it also taught me self-worth. It's like, you know what? I know what I'm worth.
Oh yeah,
I know that I have put a lot of investment in myself,
oh yeah.
and I, I feel like that investment yields a return on investment that has been invested in themselves. And I am willing to be patient for that. I'm willing to be patient for, having the right man instead of having the right now man.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
this right now man, it's like, and that's the thing is you get all these right nows, and it's kind of sad because you're like, that's all they know how to be. And they swear up and down when they find the one that they're gonna completely change and start presenting themselves like
Never,
they intended
never.
on to. And I'm like, if you spend all your time being the asshole that don't know how to have a conversation to actually build any kind of relationship, like let alone actually trying to cultivate a loving relationship in your life, I don't buy that. I don't buy that you're going to light switch how you actually going to interact with the individual. Like I told you this, and I tell everybody this. I'm like, when I am meeting up with a man or I'm going out on a date with a man, I am like everything this guy do, I am considering this to be forever. Like, if I see anything, I'm like, is this something that I'm going to be cool with forever? Because this date is with the intention for us to keep on going on more dates. And those
Oh,
more
I
dates
think I
have the
think well,
intention of
according
being
to the gay zeitgeist and the way gays operate these days, friend, you were doing it all wrong. You're supposed to go into that date nonchalant, like no expectations, like just fancy free, just like, oh, this is supposed to be a fun time. It's not serious, like, oh, just whatever he says, like, oh, like whatever kind of wild sexual shit he throws in your face or whatever kind of toxic fucking behaviors he throws in your face. It's just like what you're supposed to like be like, oh, that's cool, that's great, that's who you are, and then like secretly make a decision on your own, like type of shit. Like that's how I've seen the gays operate. So you may be doing it all wrong, friend. But sidebar, I don't
well,
think you're doing it wrong, actually. I
and
think
I'm gonna
I
keep it that
yeah, I think
way.
the way that you're going about it is a better way than this fucking flippant, nonchalant, unserious fucking way that it seems like our
Not
community wants to
doing it.
operate.
No, and you cannot like you're not going to benefit off of the hard work that I have done on myself and continue to do so. I am not going to sit here and start counseling you on actually how to conduct your life in the most basic form. Like answering a text message when it's being sent to you, or answer a phone call that's been followed up by a text message. If I'm like, I usually don't call people out the blue. I usually text them first, see what you up to, something like that. Like you got time, and I do that because I'm not a big phone person, but I will get on the phone if it's prompted.
But let's
Depending on the
put that in
time of
the
the
right
day.
frame though, friend. Right. This somebody you like. This a boy you like. So it ain't even
Yeah.
about the texting. The boy you like, you supposed to be able to hit that line whenever you want to hit it. Just like Summer Walker say, you thinking about me, hit my line. Like you supposed to be able to hit the line, period. So it ain't gotta be no caveat about like, oh, I'm phoning a friend and I gotta, I'm gonna give them a courtesy of giving them a text message first. Like, no. The people in my life that I like, I hit the line. I don't need a precursor. So if
I,
if
I feel that. I
you know
feel that.
if we supposed to be liking each other, we supposed to be going together. Like why why can't I just hit your line and you pick up the phone? Like this young man,
That's,
This young
They don't
man
work
had
like
a
that.
fucking voicemail that was full. It could never leave a message. Um, you send him a text message, he will respond to a text message, and
Bitch.
it might just be like different generations and different approaches to communication. But the way he put on was that he was ready for this. He had been out of relationship for so long, he was ready to engage. And it seems like
Mm,
he got some more work to do. And what I'm
and
not going to do is sit around and wait for you to do the work. If you don't really get the
learning on the
point,
job.
right? If you don't really get the point that long distance has to be steeped in almost communication to a perfection level, then there is nothing that I can do, or I don't have the patience to show you how to do that. And I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna bring up that the communication is crumbling or breaking down more than once. I'm not your parent. Like, I don't have to be here, to watch you grow or have to, coach
Right.
you into how to do this. I don't have that much invested in you. Like, I can be a man and call it out when I see it, and
Mhm.
let you try to correct it. But when I don't see you correct it, like, you fumble the bag and fail at it so terribly after it's been called out, like, what is it for me to do besides what I have already done? Is, like, not hit your line any fucking more. Like, and what I need for gays
Exactly.
to understand, maybe you don't see it from what you see in this little box right here, but baby, there's a line. When I entertain you, that means there are other people that are not getting my attention. So when I decide to give my attention to you, know that you need to value that because there's a line. So the moment you get
It
traded out, the moment I stop communicating with you, there's someone else to talk to. And I'm not going to even call this, some people might hear this and feel like there's a bit of arrogance there or think it's arrogant, but no, no. I think all of you all are operating in that way. We all know there's a line. There's other people behind you.
and
So if you don't want the attention, if you don't want my focus, baby, leave me the fuck alone and I can give it to whomever wants it. And that's all I got to say about that.
fair enough.
We done
Fair
put it
enough,
all. We
Stone.
done. The collection plate has runneth over on today.
Well, I am not gonna put any more on that plate. I had a story, but I'm gonna go ahead and put her in the refrigerator
Mm. You'll put it
and
on
let
ice.
her sit. I'm gonna put her in the refrigerator because we don't wanna overeat.
I'm over here looking at you.
Well, Gobi don't let us overeat.
No, it don't. We'll go if it don't let us do a lot.
Yo,
I'm over here looking out the window at
ye-
the little neighbor board watching my car and drove across the country. Looking pretty sharp.
all right. I like a person who get into their job for the dollar.
Yeah, yeah. I pulled up. I
But
pulled up on Sunday night, and he was outside washing one of his parents' cars. And I was like, man, it's 11:30 at night. You over here working on wheels, bro? You must really like to do this. Thought I'd give him
shoot,
a little.
like get your dollars, get your dollars.
Anywho, where we at, baby? Where we at on this docket? We got a long way to go on this show.
We got a long way to go, but we don't want to be too long, otherwise people gonna click off.
Mm.
So before we go any further, y'all, we tend to sometimes forget, but like and subscribe. We are getting ourselves as far out as you guys can click. So you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast Music. You can find us on TikTok. As soon as we start putting it up, it usually goes up after you see it on YouTube, and it's usually in smaller segments, as well as you can see it on Apple, not Apple, but Amazon Music coming up. So you can't say you can't see a bitch because a bitch is everywhere.
Right,
And
right. And I think
and
friend be leaving
we
out a little
we
piece of this. The extra piece is
mhm,
share. Listen, share, like,
share,
subscribe. 2 cents no change
share.
show on all platforms. Just give us a Google, give us a search on where you like to listen to podcasts or watch podcasts, you know. give us a search. Give us a like, give us a share. Tell your ragged ass friend about us. You know? Shit.
And we love you for putting comments in our DMs. Like I said, be kind. Even if you don't want to be kind, still try to find a way to say it in the kindest way, because we will respond
Or don't. And just be ready
and
to
we'll
be
give you
popped in the mouth.
change it.
Or don't.
Yeah, like we talk, we debate, we will challenge, we're gonna push, and you see us challenging each other. We will do the same in kind, and it's all part of life. It's all part of being a human. If you can't handle
We
that,
match energies
it's
around here.
okay. Don't pull up. It's okay. Like we always like having substantive conversations on the show. We okay with being checked. Like I said before, I would consider myself 80% right with a room for not being
Okay.
right. So feel free, baby. But I know what I am right about is how we feel about this fucking deportation action that we got
Child,
going on.
child. I'm
And
over it.
this is not the to the left that we were looking for, nor did we ask for, nor did we sin for. We didn't sin for you. We didn't ask for you. And I am frankly tired of you, ICE and deportation people who are on this charge, and you are not on the right side of history
Mm-mm.
with this. You have to and we're going to talk about this article that we're gonna present to y'all. And but you got to remember, y'all, everything you do in life is on the record. There's no do-over. There's no, but like you, when people say, "Oh, let's start over." No, in the name in the world of life, there's no real do-overs. That shit is still on the record. Somebody that recorded that shit is going to be replayed for the rest of your days. Your name is always going to be attached with whatever the wrong side of the social zeitgeist that you're on. Your children, your grandchildren, your grandchildren's children are going to see that. Walking around with no face, no case. Baby, they know what you look like. They know what your overgrown, meaty ass look like with your SpongeBob SquarePants ass. They know what you look like from the front to the back to the side. Don't pretend like that no face, no case mask you got on while you're deporting people illegally. Like your family won't peep you doing that. They can't go back to career day and say, my uncle and my daddy was deporting black people or people of color and call them bad people. I'm like, you're teaching your kids exactly why the civil rights movement was a thing. And your parents also was in that same case where they were just children. Either they were curious about why are people who look like me behaving this way, or they were already being taught and conditioned to behave that way. And in order for them to actually feel welcome and safe in their own family, they had to go back and point at people that they knew did not deserve this treatment and tell them to kick rocks, board that plane, get the fuck out of my country. Even though you know deep in your heart that you couldn't live without them, you know that it is not humane. You know in your heart of hearts that this is not okay. And so, fuck you. I mean, I know that was a precursor to to an interview about the Trump administration is chartering a plane to bring the first white South Africans to the U.S. as refugees. And I'm like,
I'm telling you, this type of shit just make me want to fucking open a buffet. Like,
now,
the,
now,
the,
it like full disclosure,
it's crazy.
like
I'd be losing words trying to describe this dumb shit, bro. It's so stupid. Like,
it's crazy. But the thing is that I think this made a really good, like, this is probably why Elon Musk was probably his face is all over the place because, like, he is a South African. He, you know, he migrated here. He migrated from South Africa to Canada, ironically, and then he came to the U.S. as a naturalized citizenship. So he has citizenship in Canada, I believe, in the United States, or he had to forfeit Canada. I'm not sure because, or he had to forfeit his citizenship in South Africa. I'm not sure if you can have a quad citizenship. I don't know. But I do know he is from South Africa, from a farm area. I do know that, like, I have worked with people from South Africa, like my dear friend and colleague is from South Africa. Her family is still there. They they were farmers, and she has this. It's she makes a joke because she's a tall white appearing white woman, and so with the red hair and an African ass. She got that basic African voice. She got that walk. I'm like, you walk like somebody's mammy with the kinkles, but I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. But it like it's that I think that they put Elon Musk in people's faces because now it's like, oh, South Africa, they look just like us. And that's why you got Trump saying, Mr. Donald Trump, thank you so much. Some people don't like you. You think South Africans coming to your farmland and come and farm for you? You thought Elon Musk was bad. Bitch, they're gonna take all your land. Bitch, they're gonna come up there and ransack your land like you did black folks' land, bitch. You think redlining was bad? Bitch, they're gonna black out your shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about none of this this stupid shit about them chartering a plane to bring 50 plus South Afrikaners here because they claim that they're being politically and racially persecuted in South Africa in a post-apartheid uh
That part.
post-apartheid a post-apartheid state. Like, fuck out of here. Like, you don't get to be the purveyors of apartheid, the oppressors pushing apartheid, and then get refugee status because people push back and people push back against your negative and adversarial movement for a movement that places their country in normalcy, in a shared environment, in a environment that is civilized. Like, you don't get to claim persecution after you've been oppressing people. Like, what's happening here
Exactly.
is this weird shit that white people want to do where they claim victimhood, they claim oppression, they claim racism because the rightening of their wrongs are being implemented. It is an absolute ridiculous use of people's brain space. And it is an absolute ridiculous use of yours and my taxpayer money. To hear them chartering a plane for
It is,
these
bro.
people to come here and claim refugee status when there isn't a war going on in their country, there isn't any type of thing that's impacting them from living their lives in living their lives with the economic advantages that they have in South Africa still, but you're chartering a plane for them to come to the US under refugee status is absolutely buffoonery. Absolute
And like
madness
and
for them to be doing
and
that.
we talk and
And
like
then when they get here, friend, they're going to greet them with like a state welcome. Like, what group of refugees or immigrants have ever gotten a state welcome from from the US, let alone a chartered plane to come here, lest they were fleeing a war-torn country? And the most recent war-torn country, i.e. Afghanistan, that they were thinking of bringing refugees from, they didn't even get that type of shit. So you're gonna give it to South Afrikaners that fucking upheld and push down apartheid on people, You're gonna give them a fucking welcome? Like, it doesn't make it doesn't make sense unless you make sense of it in the way of white supremacy and pushing that type of message. And for the longest,
Agree.
the white supremacy mindset has been a mental illness that has stricken white people, and they need to be ridden of that. Like, and to be ridden of that, you need to lay down on somebody's couch and talk about why you feel you are supreme to other people.
Well, it's usually it's what we're living through right now with the upside down land. You think about what's up is down, what's down is up. So you're thinking about people who felt once in some part of their life whether it was, and we say that the year between 8 and like 13 is your developmental stage of a person's life, a part of adolescence. And somewhere along the lines in these people's story, they felt marginalized or were made to feel marginalized amongst their own people, and
How you feel
made to feel
marginalized
like that
after you've oppressed everyone?
but
Like, do you feel
but
marginalized because
this has
your
nothing
move
to
to be
do
oppressed
with
didn't work?
us though.
How do you feel
What
marginalized?
what
Because you have an
Well,
economic
because it's
advantage from that?
marginalization within their own environment. It's marginalization within their own circles. We're not talking about financial always. We're just talking about someone did not treat me right in a moment that I felt like I should have been
Mm,
treated right. I didn't have a voice in the room when I was told that my voice was a substantive.
mm.
When I asked for help, I was treated by my stereotype. I was the Walmart, SpongeBob SquarePants, teeth on all touching and talking to each other in their mouth. And so that marginalization, that I have no home. I have no place. I have no space here. And once upon a time, my ancestors did. And what they don't realize, it's like that was a gimme to you, and you had to uphold that gimme. And your family, your ancestors were not able to do such, which is why it puts you, there's only so many people who have that generational wealth. It's because somewhere along the lines, the people that you're sitting here rah-rah sis boom buying was the people who were taking your money and pointing the other way and saying it was somebody else's
Mm.
fault. And so you have so this is not so much racism as much as it is classism. You're talking about, like we talked about this on other podcasts. What's the commonality between white people and every other marginalized race is that in some circles, we are all broke. We are all sitting in the same hood. We're all sitting in the same type of impoverished type area. We're all trying to find a discount at the Walmart. We're all sitting here with kids who are getting dressed with hand-me-down shoes and whatnot, and wonder why that we walking around with bunions at our early age because our parents couldn't afford brand new shoes, so they had to get them Goodwill type shoes from four different babies later. And so, that's what you're talking about here. I would like to say that this is all just, you know, politics, and they're trying to do the right thing for themselves. This is a lot to do with hurt feelings that, like you just said, should be on someone's couch, not in our faces. Because it's not our responsibility to make you feel better about the failures of your life. And I think that that's what gives people the permission to behave in such a way that is completely inhumane. Because it's like they see their own lives as the being so traumatic that it is now they are living out, they're projecting how their own life has been. So they want people to feel like them. They want people to feel like the area that they've been exposed to. So everything they're seeing in front of us is basically in the mind. Like, what does it look like in the mind of the people who are backing this up, who are championing this? This is what's going on in their head, and you see it reflected around them. So when you say it don't make sense, well, it never made sense in their head either. This is all about their feelings. It has nothing to do about policy or anything that's working in our favor. that's working in, the best interest of America, I'm like, it is very anti-America. So when people's like, I'm a patriot, I'm like, are you really? Because a patriot, a real patriot, will love their country in a way that will accept every person who's willing to fight for the same things, who's willing to open a door for you and say, I got a hot meal for you when you don't have one. And sometimes it just takes you to open your mouth. It's a scary thing. But stop opening your mouths and taking away the rights and the humanity of others just because someone else that had nothing to do with us did it to you.
Amen on that.
You
Come
know?
on, monologue. Come on,
Right.
monologue. Yeah, but
Hey, where's your screen at?
oh yeah, I had to cut the video out for a second. I needed to plug in because my battery was
Oh,
dying. Yeah.
I was about to say, like the people want to see you. They love you.
Yeah, for sure,
They
for
want
sure.
to. They want to see caramel rain over there. They want to see
You
the
know,
teddy bear.
chocolate and carrying thunder over here, yeah, for sure. But I just, I needed to switch positions to get to this charger over here, so I didn't want them to see the screen bumbling about, you know. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but
I feel your monologue there. Um, the headline scrolled across my phone, and I was just like, stupid shit just keeps coming, and I'm so sick of seeing it. I'm just sick of seeing this dumb shit over and over and over. I'm sick of just seeing how they're contorting themselves to 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 make nonsensical shit be a part of everyone's reality when it should never be, period. You know, just
it shouldn't be. It
really
shouldn't be, but
wild fucking
it is.
shit.
And we had this in our segment, which I think we probably should save it about the Lincoln Project because it's
Well, I
it's
thought
a
you,
little different than this. Well, we talked about the deportation part, but I like you. Oh, you know what? We did talk about that. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
talked
y'all.
about that up top. Talked
We
about
did talk.
how
We
these, I know how you said a lot of they, but like I assume the audience came along with that they meant the ICE agents that
Yeah. I
are,
mean,
that are the
I think we're
executioners
gonna digress off of it.
um this stupid deportation scheme that they got going on. Like, dare I call it a
It,
plan? It's not a fucking plan. Like, a plan means that they have some
it's
idea of what's going on, and they don't.
it's not a
They
plan. It's not
the
a nice plan.
plan is to inflict pain. The plan is to be brutal, and the plan is to try to scare folks from wanting to seek asylum here. Like, other than that, there is no real fucking plan. There is no real fucking plan for like fixing the immigration system. Like, there are no improvements to it. It's just striking fear into people, um, that they won't be able to tap into due process. And it's it's absurd that they have the right to due process, but this stupid administration is simply not observing it. And we as a people
J-
have to assert ourselves to make sure that everybody's right to due process is observed. Because if these folks don't have right to due
Agreed.
process, then you don't got it to due process.
Right.
And
You sure
and the
don't. And like,
the wildest part of it all, the irony of it all is the person at the helm of doing this shit, thwarting somebody's right to due process, is the person that takes advantage of it the most. In every single court case that Donald Trump is involved in, never does it go straight to trial. He uses every delay tactic possible to give him an advantage in any way that he can get it. And all of that points to his ability to have due process relatively on his terms. But he doesn't want to afford that to the rest of the American people. How selfish.
it's not
How
about
shameful.
them. It's not about that. because in his head is his revenge. In his head
Oh
is
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. I've been saying like this
he's
man is out.
he's
He's
projecting.
exacting
Yeah,
a
he projected
a
his own
revenge
hurt and
crime.
pain. Yeah, like because the thing is like I made that joke that insult a while back. I was like, your mama should have swallowed you, and your daddy never loved you. And in this case, yeah, you should like your mama should have swallowed you, and I don't think your daddy ever loved you. And you could say that I said that. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I was like, and to segue with motherfuckers who trying to play in your face and motherfuckers who trying to gaslight you to get something for fucking nothing, just simping on stupidity. We we came across this Instagram reel about
Yeah,
straight men asking gay
yes,
men to
yes.
borrow money. And this is some absurd ass shit of this dude. It was like and I'm like, where are your hoes? Where are your
Where you
hoes?
gonna hose it?
Like, where your hoes at? Why are you asking us? Why are you in our face asking for fucking dollars? This brings me to a story, y'all. I'm
Don't
gonna
come
tell
over
y'all
here with
a
this
quick story.
generous shit. What you mean generous?
Jen,
You out
like,
your
baby, what have you done?
you out what do you say? You out
What
your
have you done
rapid
for me to
ass
be
fucking
generous?
mind.
Like, the generosity is I let you in my fucking house. The generosity is you get to drink my fucking beverages. The fucking thing, like, are you like? So I'm gonna tell y'all a fucking real quick story, y'all. So I had this dude come to my house. Seemed like a cool dude, and came over for for a little a real quickie. So we get into it, and so I'm face down, ass up, moving, and my house is always laid out for security. It's I can keep it pretty, but it's pretty because I know where my shit at to defend myself. So homeboy back there getting his get.
Getting his get. What he
And
doing, friend? What he doing to
right,
get his get?
well, he in there bouncing his ass. He's in there trying, his screen name, what was it called? Some anaconda or something big, something about big something.
Bro?
And
Bro?
at the beginning, it seemed like that he was already trying to push a seem like a semi-hard
Oh
dick.
no
It
no.
was literally semi-flat. And I'm like, here we go pushing the rope again.
Oh
And
my god.
okay, so I'm like, okay, I had to throw some magic touch in there. Like, let me go ahead and show you what this mouth do. And so I got him going, and he proceeds to fuck me.
Okay.
So in the middle of it, mid stroke, he tells me, "This just a sample. I'm going to charge you after a couple minutes." I was like, "Get out of me, back, get out of
Ain't
me."
this the one you had the mule kick?
Yes, I mule kicked his ass right off of me. I said, "Get out of me, Negro. Who the fuck you think you talking to?" I mean, complete. My brain just shut off. I'm like, when I heard that, I was like, my brain is all up in the yeah, get it. It was like a scratch record. I'm like, what this motherfucker just is? He was like, what's? I was like, I was like, forgive me. I'm gonna need you to pull your pants up and sit down.
Not pull your pants up and
Eh,
sit down.
I am. I was like, I'm gonna tell you why this was a bad idea for you to do this, sir. I was like, there's a reason why my knees are right here on this bed, positioned this way. I know my body. I know where I'm at. So I pull out my automatic, my beautiful
Pull
steel
out your piece.
Smith and Wesson, and I was like, and I was like, now this my weapon here is in between my it's on between my mattress, and it's with the reaching distance when I am face down, ass up. I know how to grab it. It's in a place that a place that I could easily reach it.
So did you mule kick and slide to the side for that piece, or?
Oh no, because I was able to no, I'm not I ain't gonna slide nowhere. I can grab it and it just pow pow from behind
Wow.
me. You won't have a ping no more,
Wow.
but I got you.
Wow.
And so I sat down and tell him. He was like, they cut a party. I was like, let me tell you what party it could have been. I was like, first of all, I am not I am cool with you, bruh. I'm cool with you saying, okay, are you generous? I'll tell you, nah, I'm good. I used to be a sex worker, bitch, and I'm gonna critique your ass while you doing it. So don't know. That's why I don't hook up with sex workers, because I'm gonna critique you, and I'm gonna build that shit against how much you charging, nigga. That wasn't $200 worth of dick. That wasn't $300 worth of ass. No, I want a refund. I want a refund. I want a refund now. Let me speak to your manager. So I sit there and had to school him, and I was like,
manager meeting.
bruh, so I was like, FYI, I have done sex work for 8 years. I know I appreciate your hustle, but this ain't the move.
This ain't it.
And as a black dude,
This ain't it. You ain't
this ain't the move.
you ain't fixing to ask me. You're not fixing to tell me what your rates is mid-stroke after you done came up
Right.
in here
Mid-stroke.
and roll. Right now.
Bitch,
No.
like, Negro, this ain't a fucking trial, 30-day trial, a
Negro,
day trial before I got to put my credit card in.
It's not.
So, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? I don't understand. What are we doing here, sir? So I had to school him on that. I was like, don't ever do that again to nobody. Because I said, you see where I reached. And now, and I was like, I understand your nerves. I'm not going to do nothing to you, bruh. But I have been in this industry long enough and had a lot of shit happen. Well, this is where I ended up having to strap up for. So what you're not going to do is sit up here and ask me for money, because you won't get no change from me. I was like, before you do that to anybody else again, have that conversation before you walk in their house. Because you don't know if you meet another dude like me who ain't about that life and gonna be like, you better stage right, get the fuck out my house. Which I did that in a very nice way. I didn't have to do that, but I gave him the grace. I was like, I guess I already mule kicked your ass, so I'm gonna be nice. And don't do that shit again. He was like, I respect that, bro. I was like, yeah, you fucking respect it while I'm sitting here with hot steel in my hand. I was like, of course you sorry. I'm like, but don't do that again. Like, and straight dudes, why, first of all, why are you asking for money to give you pleasure? But, bro,
That'd be the weirdest part.
Kind of money,
That'd be the weirdest part of it for me. Like, especially with, I assume you're gonna play the clip for the people. But the weirdest part of it be for me is like, is you want me to give you money to give you head or to give you dick? What? Are you insane? Again, like that man said, are you out of your rabid ass mind? Where your bitches at?
Are you out of your entire mind? Where is your hoes? Where is your bitches? Where are your sugar mamas? Like, where are they? Like, perhaps they're not anywhere near you, which is why you in my face. And I don't know what kind of gay man you talking to.
What kind?
But it definitely must not be a fine one.
That part.
For you to be bold enough to be asking not to give you money, to borrow money.
That part.
Like, we gonna, like the motherfucker we just sucked dick that, we done built such a rapport that I'm gonna let you borrow money.
We don't pay for it over here. We don't pay for it. We are not generous.
I'm not
You can
generous.
keep
I would
it.
be generous with these
It ain't
words.
nothing you doing over there that's worth payment. Promise you. I promise you.
Right. And I ended off with, I was like, don't come to don't come to my house trying to push rope. I was like, you only made me frustrated that I felt like that I had to help out your handicapped dick.
Ooh.
Like I was like, I don't know. I was like, and that's why I was like, don't do this stuff. 'Cause I'm gonna start critiquing you. And that's what I did. I proceeded to do that. I was like, if you're trying to charge $80, fella, bruh, my nigga, first of all, wash your ass. How you gonna ask me for money with sweaty nuts? How you gonna ask me for money with fresh off the pavement ass crust? How you gonna ask me for money when your socks is dirty? Yo, you can't even clean your dingy socks, bruh, and you want me to pay your crusty butt, your crusty, dusty, scrape the crust off the side of the road kind of crust, and you trying to come up here and where in the dollars and cents, bruh, do you think any, bruh, you can't even get stripper money. I ain't gonna throw a dollar at you,
I'm
bitch.
not
I will
even
pick up
gonna
my
throw.
shit.
I'm not going to eat the coin that you
Like,
goddamn. You better get out my
I
face.
was like, I was like,
This could have been. This could have
again,
been.
get
This
out of
could have been
here.
in where the dollars. This could have been in on my face. Been so many places, but we thought it was appropriate to the collection plate because it's just the audacity. And this guy's particularly talking about straight DL men, or it's just straight men in general who think that queers have a proclivity to liken them, and they think they can assuage that or bend that into like the borrowing of funds or fleecing of funds out of us. Like, no, sir. Where are your bitches? Where are your food stamp mamas that will look out for you? Like, it's tax season. You should be, pulling up behind, some low self-esteem woman that is willing to give you her tax refund
And
for some attention.
Rick,
That's not us.
the fact of the matter is, there's some bitches out there who want to do that. Now you ain't gonna like how they handle you because they're going to handle you like you the tool in the drawer. Because you signed up for the dick only.
Yep.
And I was like, at this point, you're paying, it's like, I'm paying you for a service. So the service needs to be equivalent to the money I'm paying.
A lot of times, that type of man that you describing there, he doing because he's seen somebody else do it. It ain't something that he want to do, but he think he can. He think he can play that. He can play that person or play that role. And lo and behold, he actually do want companionship, but he wants the other he wants the other bits that he's seen other people like milk out of other folks. Like, just
Yeah.
keep it.
And and I think it's gotten a lot more a lot worse where you know the dude's really trying to do what the women are doing, where you're like, don't believe every pussy rap song that you listen
Well, that
to.
too.
You're not that dude.
Yeah.
You're not that girl.
Most
Not every person is that dude, that girl who can get away with that and do it on a cadence where they can actually make a living off
right.
of. Like, bruh, like again, who is paying you to suck your dick? Like,
Contrary,
where
contrary,
is the pleasure in that?
contrary to what Kendrick Lamar said, the dick is free. Sorry, it's free.
Exactly.
Well,
It's free.
it's
It's free. I'm not
there's
like
no reason to pay for it.
like if again,
Unless you
if
don't
you
got
are a sex worker,
no or nothing, there's no reason to pay for it. So
like and I'm not gonna I'm in like, I was a being a sex worker, like there's people out there who were willing to pay for it. And it's not always because they couldn't get it.
mhm.
Sometimes it's just for the accessibility and not the desire to not go hunt for
I
it
heard some
and to
people
actually
I heard
have
from some
a
people it's a
a
power
sexual
play.
interaction. In some ways, it's for some people, they just want sex. They know it's going to be good, and a person who actually does it for a living,
Mhm.
and so they have a higher. The perception is they're going to have a higher chance of being pleased because that person they're
I
paying, they're
see.
compensating that
I
person.
see.
So they're here for your pleasure. And I know for me as a sex worker, like I still consider I'm a service worker. And so it's my job to provide the service that you're looking for, and
Mhm.
I walk away with you satisfied
Okay.
for it, especially at the money that I'm charging you. That like some people are it's effective for them and it's healthy for them. They just like the efficiency of it. Like I ain't gotta deal with no dudes playing ball headed games, no woman sit up here doing stupid shit in my face. Like it's efficient for some people. And then you got other people like Shay that baby, apparently you didn't pay enough
Mhm.
because
Maybe he was new to the game, Maybe he was new.
maybe like maybe, but not
Not
us. Not
us.
I, said the cat.
Not I.
We're not here for that. We're
Mm-mm.
not here for that. And we're going to skip on over to the white lady who has a has a problem or opinion about systemic racism
Mm, mm,
while we're talking about exploitation. Like
mm.
I think this is where we go into our Nickle Slick.
Nickle Slick. Nickle Slick. What's the whole saying, friend? So they know?
Oh, you think you nickel slick, but I got your penny change. Now, y'all probably seen this on Big Mama when Martin said it as Big Mama. So if y'all go back and look up the quote, y'all see Big Mama with Martin Lawrence saying, and that was more. I was trying to think like what's the most recent I heard, and I was like, oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Big Mama said that. Like, she's there. You think you nickel slick? I got your penny change. Come on, bitch, come on. Give me that Della Reese voice. Give me that. Go ahead, shoot me in the pinky toe. So y'all, we up in here in Nickle Slick,
Yes, we
and we gonna get into our first topic with this white lady up here trying to
getting
give
fried
you
and roasted by
her
one of
thoughts.
her by one of her fellow whites. Getting
Yes, baby. So
getting
we're gonna throw
tarred
the
and
clip on
feathered.
this piece so y'all can see it because Comb Chick went to the right person on the wrong
She
day.
sure did.
And so this clip is going to show you exactly how she gets her ass handed to her, and deservedly so.
So you're saying more black people get abortions?
Yes. So I looked
Okay,
it up.
why is that, white lady? White lady, why do more black people get abortions? Because abortions are based on what? Lack of access to resources. Nope, because abortions disproportionately happen to impoverished people. Why are black people more impoverished than white people? Because of white
So thank you for
supremacy.
pointing out that people that have been forced into poverty through systemic racism for the last 200 years are forced to abort their baby more because of the lack of resources to be able to raise a baby. And then you, the white lady, use that as your talking point to take the healthcare away from those same women that are suffering in the same impoverished neighborhoods because you don't want to acknowledge the white supremacy behind it all.
Go ahead.
All right, that's all I can
He
say.
he left her. He left her saying no words, and deservedly so. Like this kind of harkens back to that one woman, that fucking lady that was on the Piers Morgan show. That fucking undesirable ass show.
Mm.
Like when that one bitch thought she could say the N
Oh
word,
yeah, I
and I'm
get into
like,
me and
Lamont
her
Hill.
in the rant section. I sure do. Yeah, it's too much. This too much.
it is too much, and I think, and like, it doesn't bother me, but I feel sad for him because what it really is that she's not educated about what she's talking
Mhm.
about, and so therefore she is in this place where she is trying to come from a place of authority because this is how she's seen the performative art of politics have been as of late.
Mhm.
It's like, well, I think I know. You said you think you know, but you don't know because you didn't listen. You didn't go to the class. You didn't get the assignment, but you thought the cheat sheet was going to get you what you need to know. And he had to put you down in your place and tell you, bitch, no.
I just
You
hate the
tried it.
whole I just hate the whole fuck I just hate the whole thought around abortion and how people think they should have some say in it beyond what they would do around the topic. Like you mean to tell me I've got this benign tumor, sometimes a malignant tumor growing inside of me, and you think that you need to have a say in me keeping it or doing something about it? Like, it's none of your fucking business, bro. Like, get the fuck out
At
of
all.
my body in that respect. Like,
It's just
whatever I want to do to this vessel is my fucking business. I want to write all over it with fucking
exactly.
crayons, markers, and ink, baby, I can do it. If I don't want a fucking
Ex-
organism growing inside of me, then I won't be doing that. And that's none of your fucking business to have an opinion about. Just like it ain't none of my business to have an opinion about somebody scribbling all over their fucking skin. Like, get the fuck out of
It
my
is
face
not
with
my
that
place.
bullshit.
I must
It's
say,
not my fucking place to have an opinion about what you do with your fucking body. I mean, quite frankly, in practice, I can have an opinion, but I should just keep it to my fucking self. And I should not be coming outside of myself to try to im- impress upon you or enforce upon you what you should be doing with yourself. Like, baby, if you
agreed.
want 50 Big Macs to go inside of your body, baby, let me do nothing more than be like, I don't really know if you would want to do that. That's not really a good thing to do. But if you feel like you need to put 50 Big Macs in your fucking body, then baby, by all means, cash out and do it. God damn it.
Cash
If
out and
you
do it.
feel like you need to get that little hellion or Rosemary's baby up out of your cooch, baby, go ahead and do that. Whether
And
whether I approve of it or not. Like the point of it is you need the autonomy and the ability to do so. And relevant to what this man was frying this woman about was like, yeah, what we do in this country around not even just around like um, systematic systematic oppression and systematic pressures on communities. It's not even in that space. It's not even just in a space where this goes wrong. People come at situations, solutions, or even just wild ass opinions from their
mhm,
viewpoint. So this white girl, even though we didn't really get to hear what she had to say or what prompted this man to fry her like that, but I can assume that she was making an assumption about what it would take her to have an abortion versus what she assumes it takes black women to decide to have an
mhm,
abortion. And what she assumes about black women is the opposite of what she assumes about herself. She doesn't give black women
mhm.
the credit that she gives herself to make a decision about what she wants to do with her body. She instead assumes that black women are doing it for a nefarious reason or because of something that she cannot see. And again, this is the problem with our country. I've spoken about it on this show multiple times. When we
Mhm.
don't have the ability to learn from other people's mistakes, when we don't have the ability
Yes.
to see ourselves in another person's shoes, when we don't have the ability to mind our own fucking business, then we begin to step into arenas and enforce ourselves and impose ourselves on other people in ways that we shouldn't have the ability to do. And that's why she got fried. That's why she got
Yep.
fried.
It's exactly why she got fried. It is exactly why she got fried. And this, I want to add about that. It's like, and I've said this a couple times. It's like, especially for men, men, would heterosexual men, what do you know about a woman's body other than being inside of it for a couple minutes?
I mean, girl, they don't know. No, they don't. What I'm gonna say is nothing, because because
Nothing.
because
What do you
because they
fucking
barely
know?
know their own bodies. Like they barely
Exactly.
know where the asshole is to wash it. Like
Like,
they barely know that, like, to engage in intercourse anywhere beyond their shaft is a thing that can happen. Like they don't even know their own bodies. Like some of them
no.
don't even know that women have 3 holes. Like, come on. So, like, get out of here.
And they dead ass, bro. Like, I'm just sitting here
Get out of my
it
face.
goes,
Like again, like the how far we have sailed away from subject matter expert involvement in the policy and the decisions that people make, not at the national level, and even down to the dinner table level. Like how we have strayed so far from getting expert opinion to make a decision it is worrisome to me.
it
Is
is
worrisome.
like uneducated opinions at that, misinformed opinions
Misinformed.
becoming the authoritative, information as if it's real. And I'm like, like at first I was like, as growing up, I was thinking that the adults knew way more than the
Mm,
children. And I thought that, like, I was always anxiety ridden that I wasn't going to get it right as an adult because it's so much to learn and
mm.
understand. And then grow up and realize a lot of these fucking adults
Lord,
still don't
flying by
understand
the seat of
shit.
their pants, goddamn it.
Fired about to see their pants. And I'm thinking, oh, grown-ups really had to work hard to get their shit together, both emotionally, socially, physically. And I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers really don't know nothing. And
Don't
I'm holding
know
myself to the
anything.
standard like I need to go and do my research. I need to go and learn more about it because they're talking with so much authority. I'm like second guessing my own intellect where I'm like, as I got older, I'm like, these motherfuckers are really that damn dumb. And like, it's not even misinformed, dumb.
Dum
Like,
dum diddy.
dumb, dumb. Like, bro, dumb.
You know,
One more time, dumb.
that's the word of the day,
Like,
people.
dumb,
Dumb.
dumb, did it?
Yeah, it's dum dum diddy.
It's just like, you know, again, this is what I just said earlier in the show. Everything's on the record. Like that young lady, there's a camera in your face that
Yeah,
has recorded you
right.
being on this side of the conversation, and you're going to have to look at that for the rest of your life, long after you may have evolved or matured out of that
But
conversation.
see, they
And
mad about
so,
that these days too. They mad about like how shit lives forever on the internet, and then they have to pay for the dumb shit that they did on the internet forever. Get off the assholes.
but see but the thing is, you can tell the age group of politics and the people who influence it by showing how history repeats itself, where once upon a time, the only thing you had is newspapers and slow press. So you can change the narrative on a dime, and it won't get to the American people or human
Mm.
beings until way after. So to find and retrieve and have people held accountable for misinformation took a lot longer, and people were not able to get information as fast as we have now. And so now we're in that place. it's really, really hard to go and gaslight people where it's going to be sustainable for the rest of whatever the existence of that story.
Yeah.
Any story that we tell has to sustain time.
Right.
And we're not, that person who told you that is not going to be here to keep telling you that lie so they can uphold the lie that was told to you without eventually the truth coming out and them not being around to keep that lie true. So
A lot
I'm
of
like,
people these
what has
days,
this really
a lot of
been?
folks this day and age, like they forget that the truth eventually does. And quite frankly, like you put the receipt, like maybe like I said earlier in this conversation, the receipt is in the text message thread. The receipt is in your Twitter post. The receipt is there on what was that, an Instagram reel or post? It's sitting there on Instagram. The receipts are everywhere, and people are going to know about a past that you're trying to learn. This reminds me of this. Like I don't know if you've been watching the Atlanta Housewives, the most current season that's running now, but there is a part. This is a slight tangent because it ain't talking about abortion, but it points to how people a sort of a ways for things that in there, but don't don't think they face it because it's in the past. So what's happened on this show is that one of the girls, like, got into an argument with, I forget what this girl's name. Her name is Bree. It might be Bree. I can't, don't quote me. But Bree got into an argument with Kenya. And she told Kenya, like, don't play with me. Play with me. I'll go get the pew pew and come back. And I like, threatened with a gun kind of shit. And that's kind of like, wow. Like, but that type of shit has become so. That shit has become so normal, especially down in Georgia, where you can just carry a gun, anywhere you feel. Wild shit. Wild that you can just carry a gun wherever you want to. Wild that you can just roll off the tongue. Wild. But this is that we live in. Like it's ridiculous.
Or have the permission to think that it's okay to do it on a regular basis.
It's okay.
You're just like,
It's okay to bring an argument over or some words to shooting someone. Wild. Okay. So that's where she went with it. And
wow.
so Kenya, like people are trying to say like, oh, Kenya went too far. I'm like, no, Kenya didn't go too far because Kenya didn't go to the police and have her arrested for threatening her with the gun. Kenya did was brought up her past. And like this girl has been going on for after episode about like, she did so much damage. Oh, like she brought up my past. And I'm like, well, girl, she didn't threaten you with a gun. She brought up your past. She brought up things that you did. You did sit up on cam and you did suck dick on camera. So to say that she did harm to you is placing the accountability somewhere fucking else. Just because she brought the shit out on the post, told everybody what you did, like these people can find that shit on the internet. You claim you had it scrubbed, but baby, the internet don't get scrubbed. It's findable.
The internet do not. It is
so to go on for
findable.
like episode after episode after
there.
episode talking about she's done so much damage to you. She done like no, baby. The damage was done when you claimed you were gonna pull out a gun on someone. If you weren't worried about your little insurance license when you talked about threatening to shoot somebody over an argument, you weren't worried about your titties being out on the internet or your face being on the internet sucking dick. Like it don't make sense. And so yeah, this girl in this clip being fried and on TV on the internet being fried and on the internet being on the right of an abortion battle when you are a woman is just, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to eat that. You're gonna have to eat that. So if somebody show that to everywhere you go and you try to get work, then whose fault is that supposed to be? Those things. That was you. So maybe change them.
Yeah.
Maybe change them and then hope that the grace carries you. And don't hold them fucking same feelings that the grace carries you, or afforded grace if you hold Republican points of view.
Exactly.
Don't
And
threaten
it's
people
like,
with don't threaten people with a fucking gun and expect the grace to carry you. Don't stop weak and to eat it too, and then also skirt the accountability. Like, no.
badass. And speaking of responsibility, we're going to segue over to Miss, if y'all don't know who she is,
Mhm.
it's Representative
Yes,
Rachel
yes.
Pruden
Yes, it says from
from
Missouri.
Missouri.
From Missouri.
And this woman
Represent
has,
East St.
she
Louis.
has,
Yes.
baby, she read them
Yeah,
down.
this
How dare y'all? I've been in here for 7 years, and now all of a sudden we care enough about people who own Social Security and poor folks with circuit breakers and pink taxes and everything else when we've had ample opportunity to pass this year after year after year after year, but only until it's attached to something that's going to work for rich folks do we care enough about this. Gross. And then have the audacity to say, oh, if you don't like this, you don't care. Y'all are too strong. No, I don't care about the folks who got to go and buy boats. And you can put that on Facebook. I don't have any of those in my district. No one's sitting at any marble tables over in the 73rd talking about capital gains tax. They are talking about these eggs. They are talking about how they have to use the emergency room for their primary care physician. They do talk about that. They do talk about rolling toilet paper around their drawers because they can't afford tampons and pads. They do talk about that. Yeah, that's me sitting on the side gallery crocheting baby boots and socks. When you look at my MEC report, it's me clearing out my campaign donations to go drive Meals on Wheels every Monday. That's what they're talking about in my neck of the woods. I have to borrow money to pay my taxes to sign that affidavit when we file for office so that I can run for office and not be lying on it. I have to borrow money for them fancy gold plates we have. So I don't know what a capital gains is about. I don't know that feeling. But I do know what it feels like when your stomach touch your back. That's what they talk about in my district in North St. Louis County, where their representative has to stand on this floor till our feet get raw. We talk about that. So I do appreciate the fact that it's 111 of you that are going to finally give my grandmother, my 84 and 3-day-old grandmother, the opportunity to get a break on her circuit breaker. Thank you. The same 84-year-old who had to work and get paid under the table for taxes. Well, she cleaned white folks' houses. They called her Mary, and she called them by Mr. and Miss. Those are the people I have in my district. I don't have the people who sit up and concern themselves with what boat they get to buy this year and what vacation they get to go on this year. They make bologna sandwiches and fold the bread in half so that they can feed their grandkids when they come from school because they can't afford child care. Those are the conversations we have in my district. So for all the monopoly men on the other side of campus twiddling their rich mustaches and top hats talking about capital gains vacations and what their constituents talk about at their table, I love to be invited for some so I can cosplay wealth. I can't even swim, as you all probably have guessed, by my skin color. I don't care nothing about no boat. Just pass the bill and stop trying to act like it's us over here when it's been you all the whole time.
This is what we need
Baby.
more of. We need more of this.
Look
Same.
at these clips. It's like these clips, she tore the house down. Like we
Down boot.
we need more of that. I need to
Mhm.
hear her voice more.
Yeah.
Because she
needs to
spoke
run a
with
workshop.
such clarity.
She needs to run a workshop on how to engage politically in the way that she engages. She needs to run a workshop because this goofy shit that Democrats from a generation ago, and I'm not just talking about their age. I'm talking about Democrats who are, while Republicans are out here living in a lawless, deployed state. These Democrats want to try to fight that with decorum and ethics and stuff like that. Like, maintain your ethics because that's fucking critical. But at the same time, you're going to have to you're going to have to take off some of that fucking politically correct shit. You're going to have to turn some of that off to win. because these people are dying and you fucking fighting with paper planes. Like it's not gonna work. You're never gonna win against that shit.
You're not.
Especially
And
with the public who puts on a fake puritanical fucking stance for shit when it doesn't mean anything. These are the same people who won't let a titty pop out on fucking broadcast airwaves, but sit sit their children down in front of video for days out. The hypocrisy is wild with American people.
wild.
It's wild.
And so y'all, and put in context, like, and y'all probably seen the clip we're gonna play for y'all. She's talking about capital gains,
Oh,
and she's talking about like the financial divide, and like some of the things she was talking about is like, while y'all out here cosplaying wealth
yeah,
for all these people in the government who ain't got this money, but they want to walk around like they got money. And the real kitchen table talk that we having, and what y'all don't know about or what y'all don't want to see, is that people out here surviving on absolutely nothing. People out here eating bologna sandwiches with only half the bread folded into half.
and then
I
sharing it,
remember
and
those
then
days
sharing it with
myself.
somebody else just to make sure every mouth
And
gets
then
a
sharing
piece.
it with somebody
Yeah.
else. Exactly.
Or when
Like
she
when you didn't
hit
have
him
when you can make
when she hit him in the face with like, yeah, the people in my district, instead of talking about capital gains, are talking about wrapping the toilet paper around their underwear because they can't afford a pad. Like that, boy, I slid down in my chair. I really did. I was like, wow, she really put it on the floor.
wow. And she put it on the like, and then I love what she said about pronouns. She was like, y'all worried about pronouns, talking about I refer to myself as they. She's like, I is a
Come on,
pronoun.
come on.
And stuff like that, where you're like, she says it in such a clear, defined, distinct way, where you're like, I don't even have to sit here and
Yeah,
turn this into any kind of form of entertainment. I don't have to, to dramatize what I'm saying. The Just saying it out loud is enough drama in of itself. Like these people out here who have to, marginalize themselves just to make it down to the
yeah,
next day.
yeah. Like I said, I think
Like,
that she needs to run a clinic for that
yeah,
down to the Democratic National Convention. I don't even know if they run it like that, if they have like workshops at the DNC or something, but she needs to run a clinic or a workshop
she needs to
how
be
to
in there.
really engage and how out the hypocrisy, how to pull the card because she does it so. I mean, she is in the same vein of like Crockett, like just
Yeah,
she's
same.
very
Yeah,
much in Tangerine, Edie Amin, or fucking Sweet Potato 47 would call a low IQ person when they have the credential and he is vetted through the credentials. But we can't even get to see your
mhm,
credentials because you hide them in secret, probably because they're bad. You know, when you hide shit like that, it means it's bad. When you hide your taxes, it means it's bad.
it's bad. It's wild. Yeah. Like this is the kind of dude who went to, went to school and didn't get good grades and hid them, and to the point where probably they stopped caring. It's like this, how much money is going to cost us to get him to the
Mm,
next
yeah.
grade?
How much we got to pay?
Like he not paying attention. This dude who can't pay attention. This like
Got
he
me
literally
looking
was
at
like
Dartmouth
Elon's son at
sideways. Like, I
them.
can't believe he went to Dartmouth. That's fucking nuts to me.
Like, because he was essentially like Elon Musk's kids, just sitting at the damn table patting on shit and whatnot, and you watching all the ADHD just come out this kid. I
Untreated.
guarantee you, that's exactly what the fuck Trump is probably like as a kid. Just attention deficit young child who grew up with the disdain of a life that didn't come from privilege. And he probably spent most of his life being the rich kid who watched TV of ordinary folks that he wished he could be, but never
Right.
could. And that's like, you look at it now, he's watching all these fucking, all these Game of Thrones porno movies, living his best life in this fetish fantasy that most of MAGA has by getting off on marginalizing other people. Because yes, it is a sexual a fetish, ladies and gentlemen. When you are sitting there getting off and you're releasing the same opiates and the same dopamine in your system to give you satisfaction off the marginalization of other people, when you're blindly saying out loud that the people around you, including your own fucking family, is marginalized, but you're getting off on saying it out loud, this is basically this is social and psychological masturbation,
Right.
that you get the fucking pleasure off of marginalizing other people and saying irrepressible words on fucking recorded television that this is how you behave and this is how you okay behaving this way. Like she said, cosplaying money and wealth that you're never going to fucking get, but it looks good to pretend like you do, Marjorie Taylor Greene. It looks like you do, secretary. It looks like you can tell that these are the same people who had daddies who didn't care about them enough. For people who didn't show them enough attention or didn't get what they felt like they deserve. So therefore, you are these motherfuckers who are doing this to fucking people who once upon a time you were probably sitting in the same room with, in the same classroom, the same graduating class that you sit here dog mouthing, marginalizing. They're probably still wrapping their panties with toilet paper just to get through the month. These are the people you're talking about in Congress. These are the people you're talking about in your government official role that we're paying you to do, while you cosplaying that little cheap ass dollar that you're getting is triple the amount, because the only way you can beat them is to cheat them.
That
Tell that hoe.
that part.
Like, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Please tell me where the lie is. Point me to the chapter and verse in the Bible of your stupidity where that say that at. But go listen to Miss Representative Rachel Pruden, and she'll go ahead and give you book, chapter, and verse on the human condition that you turn your blind eye to. Like that wasn't you a certain amount of time ago. Like, you weren't sitting there with them Payless shoes on trying to make it work on the congressional floor. Like, you weren't walking with those easy spirits on. Like, you weren't wearing sash shoes on the House floor, because that's the only thing you could fucking afford. You weren't walking. You weren't walking around with the motherfucking Jessica Simpson shoes, because they were the only ones comfortable enough to get you down the yellow brick road of Washington,
If
D.C.
you don't get off this,
Like,
if you don't get off this internet talking about the Jessica Simpson shoes, what?
Like, baby, get go away, get out of my face, give me my change back.
Get off of Al Gore's
because you're
internet
wasting my time.
talking about Jessica Simpson's shoes. We're foolish. 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 Oh man, what's next on the docket, baby? What we got next?
Like we're gonna give our 2 cents like we already have been doing that shit already.
We done made it to the end, boy.
We done made it to the damn end, baby. So like I'm gonna go ahead and let you get your rant so I can go ahead and catch my breath.
Oh, okay, yeah. So in my rant, do me a favor for the girls when it's before in post, run that clip about Dum Diddy, goddamn Pierce Morgan, goddamn it. My rant is not gonna be a long one. It's just a series of questions that I just kind of like rhetorically don't have a fucking answer to. But the question is, why do we give a fuck about Piers Morgan? Why?
I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will
well, go
not
on then,
have
say it. Say
you
the
will
M-
not have
Go on,
free
say
speech.
go on. Say the M word. Go on.
I'm
No.
not
hang on.
Invite, no.
No.
I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Pierce. I understand what you're trying to do, but we already know she's a racist, and I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there.
Why do people keep putting him on TV? Like, what? Why? Like, we have John Oliver now. Like, we don't need Piers Morgan. Like, when you have a panel of fucking effectively shock jocks on your fucking television show, and one of them some bobblehead blonde girl who just don't understand, again, crying about being canceled. Like, I honestly wish people would get off of that. Like, I am sick of the word canceled. Like, I'm sick of how they have raped and tortured the word woke. Like, if you don't want to be admonished for your shitty ass opinion and your shitty actions, then baby, don't do them. Don't do those fucking things and think that people have to give you grace behind it. If people don't want to see your fucking face after you do something reprehensible, then baby, don't do reprehensible. They have a fucking impact. It has a fucking impact. If you gotta lose your bank account because you did something reprehensible, baby, then so be it. But the key here is to not do reprehensible. So this woman is on here hollering about like, oh, I want to be able to express myself and I want to live in a world where I'm able to say whatever. I'm like, baby, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But you leave out the piece about saying whatever the fuck you want might get you cracked in your fucking mouth. And if you're so pressed to say what you fucking want to say, then do it, baby, and accept being busted in the motherfucking mouth for saying something out of turn and out of key and out of place.
Go ahead,
and
you
heinous.
bold.
Yeah, do it, you bold.
You bold.
You
Go ahead.
want it so fucking bad. Do it then.
Like,
there's nothing out here stopping you for it. You're not gonna go to jail for saying something crazy. There's literally nothing stopping you, but you might get slapped down to the ground. And you want, in your world, you want somebody to not slap you down to the ground because you said something offensive to them? Girl, what planet do you live on? And then here come Piers Morgan's fucking dumbass just talking about on his fucking show talking about, well, if you want to say it so bad, just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say the N-word. And Mark Lamont Hill is on there like, don't do that because I'm the only fucking black person, the only person here that would be offended if she says that, and you're inviting her to do that. Like, that's where I got off.
Right.
I was like, you know what? He's right. She's out here in the wrong talking about saying that black people get to say whatever they want to say. We do not. We do not walk around here saying the inverse of the N-word willy-nilly, lest we actually want to fucking offend you. Unless we are ready for you to slap us in the mouth, which you don't do. But when we say shit like that, we have been pushed to saying it. But what you need to know is that it is not sitting on the tip of our tongue to say. We don't walk around here wanting to say to you or anybody else the inverse of the N-word just because it's Tuesday. But for some reason, y'all making the plea for this shit to say the N-word makes me know that it's on the tip of your tongue. The moment you're not around mixed company, it's falling off your fucking lips. That's how we know that you're so pressed to say it, and you say it when you're not around mixed company.
Yes.
The fact that Piers Morgan was going to clear the runway for her to say this shit sent me. And so that brings me to the question that I asked at the top of my rant. Why is he here? Why is he on television with the show? There is nothing that this man puts in front of us on television that says that we want to hear what this man has to say. There's nothing about the American people and the audience that says that we need to have this man on TV. If this man went off TV tomorrow, none of his fan base or none of what they think is his fan base would give a fuck. If you slid someone right on in his fucking slot, nobody would give a fuck. So again, why does he have a television show? What is the work that he did to be there? Again, we have John Oliver. He does a much better job. We're good on shitty British men on TV. We're good on that.
We cool.
We cool. We don't need any more. We don't need any more. You can
We
put
don't.
well-versed, good British men on TV all day long, but shitty ones,
All day.
we're good. We've met, the quota
Yeah.
has been met. We don't need any more. And that's my rant.
We're done with the accent. It was
Yeah,
cute.
we done with it. It ain't even cute no more. Sorry, it's not cute.
It ain't no cute no more.
It's not
No,
cute
it's
no
not.
more.
It's not cute no more.
Sorry,
Like,
it's not been cute since
nope.
Brexit. Sorry. And quite frankly, I'm sick of hearing "isn't it?" Like, fucking say the word, God damn it. Isn't it?
Isn't
it?
Isn't it? Ignorant.
Fuck. And for that matter, this ain't even got nothing to do with Piers Morgan. I hate British drill rap. I hate it. It sucks. It's not good. It's not good. I mean, I like some pussy rap from Britain, but this
They
shit.
got pussy rap?
Yeah, it's I forget what her name is, like China or something, something like that. She's got she's got this girl got a song named
China?
Peggy. It's pretty good. Like,
Okay.
but, and I like
Okay.
Lady LaSure. I like, I like some British female rap. I like some British rap, but that British drill rap, it's terrible. It's
Yeah.
not good.
I never heard of it.
Well,
I never
you don't
heard
even
of it.
need to go. It's bad. It's not good. Anyway, your turn, friend.
Well, I know what is good.
What's good?
Orgasms.
Aye.
They're good.
Yes.
They delicious. They are habit forming. They never get old.
All right. Don't have these people up here going blind.
They have. So, according to secondpsychology.com, masturbation before bed tends to help you fall asleep faster, wake up a few times, and feel more ready and mentally ready for the next day, according to Second Psychology Today. Now, I believe that to be true. It works wonders.
Okay.
I highly recommend it.
Okay.
It's so like the scientific part about this, y'all, is that it releases opiates and serotonin that releases your orgasm, creating a profound effect on sleep. Now, we know opiates like drugs, and we understand that as a narcotic of sorts. But FYI, we all got them, which is why we take shit to induce it. But this goes back to like, get off. It's not a rant, much as it is. I'm highly encouraging it. Diddle, like move the needle, diddle the button.
fiddle.
Slide your hand, like let your hand slide with grace, and hope the nut don't hit your face.
Hey.
And I'm saying, because I know, like, there's a reason why we have sex at night and be nice, tired, and sleep real well. Like, there's a reason why we get that morning glow. Because, it ain't nothing like a good release to put you dead to the entire bed.
Dead to the bed.
And so the theory is that it helps with our anxiety, our fear. It helps us heighten our senses of our internal self. And I'm here for all of them. Again, I think that it is something that, if you ain't doing it, you should be doing it. Sex is super important. Sex with yourself is super important. I think we get to a point some people just stop doing it. And you got to remind yourself that you are still an attractive being. And sometimes it's good to remind yourself what you feel like. I don't know, people do this. Like, I know sometimes I do this where I forget to touch myself, and not just jerk it off. I'm just talking about touching your body and reminding yourself that, damn, I do feel good. I like the way my legs feel. Like, I forget about doing that and reminding myself that, that I am an attractive sexual being. The way I feel feels good. I forget that, like, we spend all this time trying to make ourselves look good for everybody else to touch us in a way that makes us feel good. Sometimes I forget that, yeah, I like the way my shoulders feel and them traps feel right here. And I forget that. I forget that, yeah, I feel like an attractive son of a bitch. Like, the shea butter is creamy on the skin. Like it's such a healthy thing to go back and physically acknowledge yourself, to remind you that you are a warm-blooded, attractive person that can be rewarded with a good physical release and put your head dead to that bed. It is the most
It's like
natural,
a swaddling.
delicious. It really is. It's like being held on a mammy titty. And heterosexual men, y'all know the beauty of laying on a soft, supple titty. As a gay man, even I like titties. Titties are great. They are awesome. They're amazing. They're amazing pieces of flesh. And so that's my rant, y'all. Get off.
Get off so you can get to sleep.
Get off so you can get to sleep.
Yeah, I read that when you sent it to me, man. They said that, like, between either masturbation or the act of sex before bed, that really helps you have it shortens what they call it, sleep latency, the time between when you lay
Yeah.
down and actually fall asleep. And then it says it just gives you a more steady and peaceful and quality of sleep. So yeah. If you're having trouble, man,
And if
flick
you're
the
not trying,
bean or choke the chicken, get it out of you, get those
work that
chemicals
joystick.
flowing.
Like, if you notice, here's a little exercise. If I haven't done it yet, if y'all haven't done it yet, if you have a smartwatch that monitors sleep, try it. Try doing it a night without masturbation and see how long it takes for you to go to sleep, because most watches will tell you how long you've been awake before you go into REM cycle, then you go into core sleep, and then you go to deep sleep. Try one night without doing it, and then try one night doing it and see if it changes anything. Try it for a couple days too, off on, off on. See if that really makes a difference. Because I tried it and I'm like, oh, I usually take like 30 minutes, like 15 to 30 minutes of sleep. I fell asleep in 5 minutes. Apparently my body just needed to find a comfortable spot afterwards and
Sometimes you just need to lay flat, friend.
out. Sometimes you just need to lay flat, y'all. So with that, we're so glad that y'all watched.
We
heard us,
are.
and don't
Thank
forget
y'all
to
thank y'all.
but follow us on 2 Cents No Change Show. That's 2 Cents No Change Show. That's the number 2, no sense. 2 Cents No Change.
Get it
Did I
right
just
now.
say that right? Yes.
Get it right now.
Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, music, and the big one, YouTube. So until next time.
Okay, yeah. Okay, bye.